Hey team, welcome to day one. Today we're going to talk about personal development, and this is a subject that I'm really excited to talk to you about today because it is one of the three vital behaviors. The three vital behaviors that Beachbody really promotes and encourages us coaches to engage in every day are be a product of the product, which is basically do what you preach, exercise, eat healthy. And two is invite, which is, constantly inviting people into the Beachbody network. And three is working on personal development. So I wanted to share with you a little story from my own experience with personal development, because I feel like a lot of times we tend to overlook it, and we don't really put priority on personal development. At least I did, and I know you guys aren't like me, so maybe you won't, but with me and my business, I definitely did not put emphasis or priority upon personal development. I'm a self-starter. I'm like one of those people that you give me something new, something I believe in, and I just dive in and I just go and do. And so when I heard about personal development, honestly, I was kind of like, I don't need that. It's not really, I believe in myself. I'm good, So I didn't really work on personal development for the first year of my coaching journey, and I did fine. I was doing great. I was growing my business. Fast forward to May of 2013, and my dad, who had cancer, was hospitalized in ICU for almost a month. And we realized at that moment that this was serious, and he was given 3 months to live. As you can imagine, that was really difficult for our entire family to go through. And I kind of went through a dark time in my life. I really kind of let go of my health as far as my clean eating. I was still working out, but I gained back some of the weight that I had lost just due to kind of comfort food and, eating out because my dad was so sick. We were at the hospital like 24/7. And I just really went through a dark time. You can imagine you're about to lose someone that you care about. And I want to just throw in here a little bit about momentum. Momentum is something that is really sometimes can take a little bit of effort to get going, but once you get going, it kind of self-propels itself. And it doesn't take like a lot of push once it's going. And that's really awesome. That's something that you guys, as new coaches, you should be excited to get your momentum going, because that's something that's going to propel your business forward. It's really like if you're building a snowball, it takes sometimes that packing and really pushing to get that first little ball going, and then you put it in the snow and you start rolling it, and each revolution it picks up a little layer of snow. But before you know it, all of a sudden it just starts growing exponentially, and each revolution, the ball is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's really how momentum works. So for me, my business had been growing steadily, like I was doing great, and then here comes this whole issue. And I would say, after my dad was in the hospital, I kind of just stopped focusing on my business, and I was really doing the bare minimum that it took to survive as a Beachbody coach and keep my challenge groups going and helping my customers, just basic bare minimum stuff. And I didn't notice it at first with my momentum. The momentum was still going, man. That snowball was still rolling down the hill. It had its own, mojo going on, and it was going. And it wasn't until October that all of a sudden I realized, like the Success Club points weren't coming in. I reached the end of October, I had 2 points, and it really hit me that, hey, I let go, and it took several months before it finally hit me and hit my business and made an impact on my business. But here I am. What am I going to do? And it was at that time that I really discovered personal development and how much personal development can do to help you. Because honest, we all go through things, right? Like we go through things in our personal lives, we go through things in our business, we go through downtimes, just as a natural course of life. It's just life, and things happen, things kind of like put us in funks. And if you're not working on the inside and you're not focused on yourself as a person, it will affect you. So In October, I started back into personal development. I started reading a book by John Maxwell. I have it right here, called The Invaluable Laws of Growth. And this book's really great. About halfway through the book, I realized, that my attitude was changing. Stuff that I was going through, like, when your attitude and your spirit's lifted, those things don't affect you as much. And I continued on with my personal development all the way through May of this year, when my dad passed away. And I have to say, between the time when my dad got sick and was hospitalized in 2013 and a year later when he passed away, it was like night and day. Instead of letting things go, I really clung to my fitness, my health. I lost weight, like, not because I wasn't eating, but because I was focused. I was still recruiting coaches throughout that whole month, and I have not let it go. But I will say, with momentum, when you lose it, it does take a little while to build it back up. That's why I really recommend focusing on personal development, so that you never stop. Okay? So I wanted to go over just a couple books that I have here. Number one is the Bible. It's pretty amazing the inspiration and motivation that you can find when you read the Bible. So that's number one. I already talked about the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, which is a great book. If you're my personally sponsored coach, I sent you Go Pro, which is another great one. Now, this one is really about business development. It's not so much you personally, but this is a great book because it's all about network marketing. So I highly recommend that you make time to read this book. And as a matter of fact, read it multiple times. I'm on probably my 4th or 5th time of reading this book. Every time I read it, I get something new out of it. So, and then the other book that's for network marketers is called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And I have it here on my iPad. That's a great book as well. So I just wanted to go over those things, and I would like you to post or comment below this post what book you're going to be focused on this month for your personal development. Okay? So I can't wait to see what you guys are working on, and let's go. Awesome.